Welcome to The Open Queue, a podcast where we talk about entertainment, pop culture, and the daily life of navigating the entertainment industry as a creative. I'm your host, Shaka Omari, and I'm joined by my business partner, Charles Malone. We'll sometimes have other creative guests on to tell us about their journey in the industry, dealing with their ups and downs, struggles, and successes. We'll also touch on current changes to the business of television and film, as well as cue up what we're watching, listening to, or a piece of art we've been inspired by. The music you're listening to is called Holiday Flight from the movie Home Alone, composed by John Williams. And now, let's get queued up.
Yo, and welcome back to the Open Queue.
It's festive. Here, go. There we go.
So if you can't tell, this is our first annual holiday episode. Happy holidays to everybody that's listening. I'm hoping that you're gearing up for the holiday week here in Los Angeles. In the industry, things start shutting down and people start sending out the emails. Let's circle back next year.
You just like don't even do anything.
Let the stagnation begin.
You're not gonna hear a response. Okay. On the other end, I do like to send people stuff because like some people do have a hard time like stopping the work. It actually is a good time, I think, sometimes to send people stuff because they might read it over the holiday break.
Good point. Yeah.
Or they might review it over the holiday break.
True. A lot of reading of scripts and projects and proposals.
Just some of us, including myself in this, have a hard time turning off. Like I'd want a cut of something while Jennifer was in labor.
The judgment I feel coming through the screen already.
I mean, we were there for 36 hours.
Look, as a guy, I can't say, hey, why not? I mean, like, you're not doing anything at that point in time, just being supportive. So yeah. So we figured with this episode, we talk about some of our favorite holiday movies, which funny enough, I feel like I should have worn like a Grinch shirt because I really don't watch a lot of holiday movies. So this will be interesting in this conversation to go through.
We'll get into that. But first, I want to start off with your usual question. What has inspired you lately going into the new year?
Okay. So I think this is at this point in time of year, everybody does like the 2025 or whatever the year end review. I would have to say what's been inspirational is we're looking back on this year and all the things that we've gone through. Something not inspiring, but I had my first ever surgery. So that was pretty interesting. I've never had surgery before. Going through that experience was interesting. Thought it was cool because when I was waking up, I started dreaming about Star Wars. So I'm a Star Wars nerd fan. I left my 9 to 5 to fully focus on producing and working on our company. So that was pretty inspiring. A huge leap of faith. Got a lot of gray hairs, but I'm happy that I did it. What else? We've got some interesting things coming out. Hopefully we'll be able to talk about in the new year as far as business goes in that venue. And Arsenal is top of the league right now. So, so I'm very, very inspired and happy. How about yourself?
What inspired me? I don't necessarily know if there's like anything as of recent that specifically inspired me, but just to stay festive, if you have time, I would say go watch Movies That Made Us on Netflix. They have a holiday edition where they break down and go through Die Hard, Home Alone, and Elf. I found it inspiring because it shows the twists and turns and uncertainty and all the challenges that get overlooked about our industry in a great way that I think you really don't get to see enough of. So Die Hard really follows at that point in time. It's funny because we're going to talk about Die Hard soon. Bruce Willis was like a TV star and wasn't like, people really didn't believe him as this like action star superhero. So there's all the trouble around casting him and if he can carry a film and the ups and downs of it. Home Alone.
I like that episode.
Yeah, it was great because like they pretty much lost their funding for the movie after they had built the sets, but he had called another friend and was like, hey, if they pull the plug on your financing, call us and we'll finish this movie. And it's just the chaos of this industry. And for me, I found it really inspiring because I think it's so much uncertainty with filmmaking and you can't guarantee a hit. I think Elf out of the 3 is my personal favorite because it's the closest to, ourselves as a like budding film producers and like on the come up. I think the producer for that film knew the writer who wrote Elf, and he was like, I couldn't afford to pay for this guy's lunch, so I just took him to coffee. So he kind of like had a coffee date because that's all he could afford with this writer, and he was like, well, I can get this to Will Ferrell's agent. Not that he necessarily knew him. I played basketball with it. Let me take my chance and like send him something. And like, luckily Will Ferrell like ended up liking it and wanted to do it. But then they were looking for directors, and they kind of took a swing on Jon Favreau. And there was still some renegade shooting in that, not to like really draw on about it inspire me, but the New York scene where Will Ferrell's walking through New York, they were really just recording him walking through New York. So they pulled some guerrilla stuff too. It's really at a high level, like we all deal with the same thing sometimes, just with different budgets.
Yeah.
So, as a filmmaker, or just if you're curious, watch the movies that made us. It's really insightful and inspiring.
Yeah. I mean, like that. What you said there, where it's nothing is guaranteed with it. I think that's some of the fun in it too. It's that you are creating, you know. Well, I mean, it is. Some of the fun is that you are creating and trying to come up with some of this stuff. I'm not saying it's not stressful. Okay, like it's stressful. There's not a person I talk to in the industry that it's not stressful. Which I think you made the joke one time. It's like you go through this stressful thing to get this thing done. Then it comes out and people are like, "Oh, that's great," and then you go, "Let's do it again." That was my doctor was saying, stop doing what you're doing. My therapist is like, why are you doing this thing? And then for that tiny window, everyone was like, that's so amazing. That was great what you did. You go, yeah, I'm going to go lose some more hair. It's just like, stress me out.
Masochist. It's almost, punishment.
Yeah. You know, hey, look, I have to say it is one of the cheerful things in life if you really love doing this thing.
Yeah. They say if you can find something you do for free, I think at certain stages you're like, well, I'm tired of doing this for free.
Yes. That almost was ugly.
Yeah. So it does get like that, but it is when it hits, it's really rewarding.
Yeah, there's nothing like it.
So let's jump into some of the best holiday films of all time. I put number one. I know you're not a holiday film.
Yeah.
This is controversial-ish.
So this is going to be a lot of like Charles, because I should have worn like a Grinch sweater. I think I was saying is like, you know, because like, look, I like the holiday. I do. It's a great holiday. You know, I'm a man of faith. It's Jesus's birthday. You know, all of that kind of stuff. I love the spirit of it. I truly love the spirit of giving and reflecting and getting ready for a brand new thing. But with the movies, I guess I just never like really, it took me forever to watch It's a Wonderful Life. Like it just was not, I think I liked the holiday so much internally, watching the movies didn't give anything to
Okay, to be fair, this list that we have might be spicy. We couldn't include all the holiday films. Also,
there's a ton.
This list is my/our top tier list. So It's a Wonderful Life isn't on this list. Isn't on this list. I don't care about this movies.
Bah humbug.
But right away, Die Hard. First, is it a Christmas movie or not?
Yes, it is. It takes place during Christmas. There's a lot of, in every Christmas movie, it's a formula, right? There's somebody that comes, they're not sure how they feel about Christmas. There's some kind of drama. There's some kind of thing that makes them realize, oh my gosh, I love my family. I love life. I love these things. John McClane goes through that whole thing. He's a divorced man that ends up coming in just to see his family. All these hijinks ensue. And at the end of it, he has a good friend in I can't remember the cop's name, but Reginald, character. He's reunited with his wife. There's lots of love and happiness. Tell me that's not a Christmas story.
An action movie that take place on Christmas doesn't make it a Christmas movie.
It is a Christmas movie because what is the Arnold Schwarzenegger one where like he's trying to get the Turbo Man?
That is a Christmas movie.
But action takes place during it?
Yeah, but no. He's going through Christmas trees and fighting people for toys on the holiday. He wants a toy for Christmas.
Yippee-ki-yay is the equivalent of ho, ho, ho. Okay?
I think it's closer to Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, which is like a whodunit on Christmas. Like, is it a Christmas movie? I guess.
Okay, so what is your criteria then for a Christmas movie? You have to go through a Christmas tree? Doesn't somebody get blown up in a Christmas tree or something like that in Die Hard?
There's a Christmas tree.
There's a Christmas tree in Die Hard?
Presents.
There's presents. The bullets. I mean, someone's catching bullets. Like, I mean, like.
Okay, we'll get on to some other ones. But I I put on the top tier classics. I know there's like a cult following that considers this a Christmas movie.
Because it is.
Yeah, well, sure. Yes. Home Alone 1 and 2,
100%.
Filthy Animals.
100%. Merry Christmas, you
Is
filthy
like
animals.
top tier. And I think that it's funny, Macaulay Culkin was asked if his sons have seen it yet or realize that he's the kid in it. And he's like, not yet. And he's hoping that when they do, their minds will be blown. They're like, that's dad. But when you think classic, you think timeless. And I don't think Home Alone's going anywhere anytime soon because it's like, it still holds up. But besides the new millennial thing being like, what did his parents do? Because they had it.
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, Home Alone. Also, I hope they never remake Home Alone.
No, that is a standalone. It's a classic. Don't touch it. It's like trying to remake Beethoven. Just don't. Let it.
The dog movie?
What the? Beethoven. No, oh my. So a long time ago, we talked about D&D characters, and he was calling me like elitist because of being an elf. This is why, because we are cultured people.
Oh, Beethoven. Like, you should never remake the classic musician. Not the dog movie. But to be fair, we all are talking about movies.
I'll give you that one.
Okay, top tier for, again, me. I know it's not Christmas character.
So this is top tier 3.
Elf.
I have not seen it.
You haven't seen Will Ferrell's Elf?
No. Everyone tells me that I should watch it. Chat, people tell me if this is something I should really watch. I'm going to listen to what Charles has to say about it, but for some reason, every year I'm just kind of like, do I really want to watch this?
Yes.
Why?
It's silly. It's wholesome. It's one of Will Ferrell's best movies. It's just, I don't know. It's very festive. If you're bah humbug, maybe you're the dad in the movie who's like, why are you dressed up like an elf? Or Peter Dinklage with his like, call me elf one more time.
Okay, see, maybe that's the thing, because I realize Home Alone, Die Hard, maybe I'm bah humbug in the fact that I don't want it to be too wholesome. Like, I need to see somebody catching bodies.
Okay, well, we're got a smaller section here because we're going to switch to like genre holiday films.
Okay. Okay.
Jim Carrey, last one on my top list. Jim Carrey's The Grinch.
Never saw it.
I don't know. It's up there for me because it's like childhood classic.
What about the classic, like the animated one?
It's okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you think the Jim Carrey one is better?
Yes.
Okay. That's why I never watched.
Jim Carrey just has his like,
yeah, I know. I get Jim Carrey. I just never watched it because I figured the classic did everything that it needed to do.
Even the animated one still holds up, and Tyler Creator's like banger of like the Grinch song. But like the original is okay. The Jim Carrey's is like the peak. Okay. Also, I like that with all movies like Shrek, they find some way to insert something for the adults. Yeah. And in Jim Carrey's The Grinch, there's a scene where like, I guess a stork drops him off and he lands in a tree and he's looking into the window as a baby. And all the adult Whovians are coming in and are giggling and laughing and they're putting keys into a bowl. And that's a key party, which back in the day, I guess, when you leave, someone would pick up a key and that's the person they're going home with.
Oh, wow. Man, I feel innocent.
So I didn't know that for a long time. And who knows if it's actually true, but that is the scene. They're all like giggling. It seems like, and they're all putting keys in a bowl. Oh. Like, is this a key party reference?
Oh, so you know what? We're not even going to get into it. We're the holiday spirit. We're just going to leave that one.
Okay. Best comedies. And I guess some of there's like, because I'm trying to find ways to include all the holiday films. Yeah. 8 Crazy Nights.
Don't think I saw that one.
Adam Sandler's like animated film.
No.
What? Okay. Maybe it's like childish humor. You know, Adam Sandler's humor.
Love Adam Sandler.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you get this, there's like reindeers pooping and frozen poopsicles.
Wait, so you're okay with that, but Die Hard, somebody catching a bullet is a problem?
Parents die when he's like 11, he becomes this
like Batman?
Grumpy, kind of. Like if Batman was an alcoholic person who was good at basketball. Okay. So 8 Crazy Nights for me. Jingle All the Way. It's definitely still, that's the Turbo Man.
Oh yes, yeah, I love that one.
Turbo Man.
Okay, that's a good one. Yep.
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Don't think I understand. Nope.
Oh, still funny. You have the whole like lights battle with your neighbor across the street. The one that holds up. Something that I didn't include on here, and this is a hot take that I'm stealing from like later on because like I just want to put it in here now. I don't think Christmas Story was funny then, maybe because I was too young. I don't think A Christmas Story is funny now. I think it's one of the most overrated Christmas films. I was waiting for hot takes, but I'm going to do it now since we're in comedies. Stop recommending this movie. besides like the kid licking the pole and his tongue getting stuck, the movie's just not that funny.
Never saw it.
Don't tell me if you think it's funny.
All right.
All right. I got one for us that holds up. You had to see Friday After Next. It's a Christmas movie.
Yes. Okay.
This is the closest Die Hard comp.
Yeah, because I'd like you to explain this one. How is this a Christmas movie?
What do you mean? They get robbed on Christmas Day and can't afford the rent.
But according to your criteria,
There's presents. They step on the presents. He steals the tree and the presents. It's essentially the Grinch. It's a Christmas movie.
Okay, so then Die Hard's a Christmas movie because the bad guys is essentially the Grinch.
Oh no! Go watch Friday After Next. It's
that
Terry
one's good.
Crews is in it. It's
good.
That's the one where Cat Williams first shows up as the pimp, Money Mike. Holy moly, donut shop. It's worth seeing.
Yeah, that one's a good one. I will concur. That is a Christmas movie.
Security of the world, Craig. Worth seeing.
That is a Christmas movie. I'll give it to you.
Some of the best rom-coms up there. I think this one could be put to top tier classics. Is Love Actually? It's one of the best romantic comedies.
Yeah.
Holiday comedies, toxic comedies, romantic comedies. Because you're really trying to kick it to your best friend's wife,
bro. I know we discussed that like earlier on, I think, in a podcast at some point in time, but that's, I mean, like, look, the heart of that movie, I really, really do get, but yes, a homie,
and your wife,
and the wife.
I mean, both literally and figuratively.
Seriously, during the holidays, bro, you couldn't wait until like summertime, maybe, or something like that. During the holidays, like that's okay. Yeah,
The Holiday, which I really enjoyed.
I don't know if I saw that one.
It's Cameron Diaz, Jack Black, I think Kate Winslet.
Oh, I don't think I've seen this one. No.
They kind of like Cameron Diaz needs a break, and she goes in holidays in Ireland, and Kate Winslet, and if it's not Ireland, it's England. Kate Winslet goes and stays in Cameron Diaz's house. They kind of like swap. So when Cameron Diaz gets there, she meets Jude Law on the holiday, and Kate Winslet meets Jack Black, and they kind of like fall in love with like two people who swap places, one from California, one not Ireland.
I know of this, I just never watched it. Yeah.
Nancy Myers directed it. It's really cute. It's definitely a feel good holiday film.
Okay.
And then, of course, I said I would talk about this in the Thanksgiving episode. One of Carla's films, one of Jennifer's favorite films. And it's going to hit differently this year because Diane Keaton did pass away, is Family Stone.
Yes.
Which is also a feel-good film, but also weird relationship-wise because the siblings, Luke Wilson, and I can't remember the other actor's name, kind of like swap girlfriends. Well, technically,
Key Party?
Wilson's not key. But the guy brings Sarah Jessica Parker home to introduce her to the family. He does not like her. Luke Wilson starts flirting with her, which right away, I think I would have like punched my brother. Like, relax.
Yeah.
But then Sarah Jessica Parker's sister shows up and her boyfriend starts falling for her sister. All that messiness ends in the epilogue. Luke Wilson's now with Sarah Jessica Parker. He's with her sister, who I think is Claire Danes.
So they do switch.
They do switch. And Diane Keaton is away, so she's not there the next Christmas.
That's so funny because my brother actually sent something to like our little sibling chat where it was like, "Hey, would you be okay if your sibling dated your ex?" And my brother responded, "Nah, but be blessed, fam." So we were all in agreement of like, "Yeah, no."
I was holding my breath, but I did not know where that story was going. That's funny because my brother. I mean, when I was younger. We're like 16 in high school. I like had a movie date with a girl, and it was one of those parent situations like you got to take your younger brother. My brother is like 7 years younger than me, so at the time he's maybe 8. So I have to go to the bathroom, so I leave them both in the theater. I come back, and I don't even remember her name, like Leela or something. It was like, your brother kissed my hand, and was like, "Oh, I love you," and I was like, "Little punk."
Oh, we have words after this.
Looking back, it's really cute. Okay, I have two that like we originally didn't put on our list, but Violet Night with what's the actor's name from Stranger Things?
The one that plays Hopper, right? The one that plays Hopper. I cannot think of his name now. Now that you said that, and he plays
David Harbour.
Yes, David. Yes. He also plays in Thunderbolts.
Yes,
the Red Guardian.
Have you seen this Christmas movie?
No, I wanted to though, because he plays like a disgruntled Santa or something like that, right?
Stop whatever you're doing tonight and put this on because it is so much fun.
Okay.
It's kooky. just letting you know by just going in, it's violent, but this is your action Christmas movie. Like when you stack this next to Die Hard, you go, this is an action Christmas movie.
Okay. Nightmare Before Christmas. I will give that as a Christmas movie. I will allow that one because that's cute.
Just saying, we just covered the genres of Christmas movies. What's your take? If you want to like disagree with us, because I didn't include any of the boring Christmas movies like Christmas Carol, Miracle on 34th Street.
Yeah, I thought it was okay.
I will say I did like Spirited on Apple TV.
The musical with Ryan Reynolds and Will Ferrell. That was nice.
Was kind of fun.
Okay.
But I'm going to jump into hot takes because I already gave my hot take about not being a fan of A Christmas Story.
Yeah.
But I did want to ask you some other, like, you don't have any sleepers?
Yeah, I was about to say, bah humbug over here. Go ahead, hit me.
I'm going to hit with some sleepers before I have some fun holiday questions for you, which is, did you see Boxing Day?
No.
Okay. So,
but I do like the holiday.
Boxing Day.
Shout out to the family in London.
So yeah, we're going global with this one.
Mm-hmm.
I guess Boxing Day is actually return day when they return stuff. And they kind of turned it into a consumer holiday because why not?
Well, it was also, from my understanding, the rich people would tend to give the servants, like I think a day off or something like that. I could be wrong. It's been a while since I've done my European English studies, but I believe like it was a day like they would get gifts and get their day off.
Just quick synopsis of the story is like a Caribbean English guy who's been living in LA returns home after being gone for 2 years to show up for Christmas. And then like he's there with his fiance who's meeting his dysfunctional like Caribbean family.
Mm-hmm.
And his past girlfriend shows up and some drama, ensues and like it gets spicy.
Yeah,
it gets spicy.
Yeah.
But I thought about you when watching this. I had a lot of fun watching it.
Mm-hmm.
But there's red stripes. They're playing dominoes. There's food. It's a sleeper.
Okay.
If you haven't watched it, go watch Boxing Day. I don't care if you agree with me. I enjoyed it.
I'll add it.
Sleeper. Next, Jingle Jangle, and I'll die on this hill. Jingle Jangle is an underrated, slept-on Christmas musical. It's produced by John Legend and directed by David E. Talbert. Dude, it's so magical. Disgruntled inventor who, something goes wrong and he kind of loses his magic and he sends his daughter away to boarding school. Fast forward, his granddaughter shows up. And she kind of has the same gifted ability that he has to see numbers in her mind. And through her, he like relearns the meaning of life, Christmas, and invention. There's a talking robot. There's a song.
It was nice.
I think for a holiday film that has a lot of black faces, I think sometimes when we get black movies, there's always something to do with our relation to whiteness or white people. And that wasn't the case. This is just a good holiday film with a diverse cast of people who just exist in a fantasy time.
Some black joy.
Yes, just pure black joy.
Nice.
We can exist in a story and just live lives and have fun.
Yeah, nice. I liked it. I thought it was a lot of fun. I thought it was really, really well done.
I've talked to people who didn't enjoy it, but they can go sit down. Bad Santa, Billy Bob Thornton. That's your Bun Humbug Christmas movie.
Yeah.
He is a grumpy ass mall Santa that ends up robbing some of the malls that he works in. And he works with the shorter actor from the
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. I think I've seen this one. I think I liked it. Go figure.
Bad Santa's up there on the sleeper list for me that doesn't get talked about as a Christmas movie. And last, technically, this is my diehard. Okay.
Yeah.
All of the Harry Potter. Harry Potter fans tend to start Harry Potter in Thanksgiving and go through Christmas.
I mean, there's like a winter thing to it, right? And all that sorts of stuff.
Thanksgiving, they're always at the feast at the grand hall and table.
Yeah.
Every Harry Potter does have like the Christmas because usually Harry ain't got no home to go to.
Orphan boy gets to sit alone by himself at school. Merry Christmas.
I know that like the Weasleys adopted this boy because he ain't got nowhere to go. So they always give him a dirty ass sweater. And he spends his time at Hogwarts during Christmas getting up to shit. So all the Harry Potters.
I'll allow it.
All right. I read this somewhere, so this isn't mine, but who's the best Christmas villain?
Okay, these are questions for me.
Yeah, I'm going to give you a list. Is it Scrooge? You know Scrooge. He's just generally, whether it's Scrooge McDuck, rich, grumpy old guy who's like the humbug.
Scrooge McDuck is a hero, by the way. I'm just going to say that.
You would break your body to a corner.
No, it's animation. He is so in love. Gold is so in love with him. It's a mutual respect. So it allows him to swim through it.
Harry and Marv from Home Alone.
Uh-huh.
Oogie Boogie, the bug man from Night Before Christmas. I didn't mention that. The Grinch. He's like the protagonist and antagonist. Because he antagonizes the village,
But then he saves
the
it.
protagonist of the whole movie himself.
Right.
Or capitalism.
Actually,
Scrooge and capitalism. That's the
no, not Scrooge in capitalism. Oogie Boogie is pretty evil. Okay, he's pretty evil.
Bugs are nasty. I know.
You know what I mean? Like, come on. Like, you're taunting. You can at least buy good things with the money from capitalism. What is
Like rage?
Exactly, which is why he's the villain. Capitalism is a second.
Yeah.
Scrooge. Which Scrooge are you talking about? Scrooge McDuck or just Scrooge?
I was just Scrooge, general.
Okay, old Scrooge, yes. He's a villain. Scrooge McDuck, no, he's a hero.
No, that's the wrap on the holidays. After Christmas, we know what comes way too fast that we're ready for is New Year's.
Which is one of my favorite holidays.
Right? Because it's like the psychological thing of like starting fresh.
Yeah.
New Year. So I think we've talked about this just being friends for a really long time. Your thoughts on New Year's resolutions? Like, are they helpful? Are they informative?
So I personally, I'm like more of like a goal-oriented person. I like deadlines. Like, deadlines help keep me motivated and focused. So for me, that's why I think I like New Year's as like a restart, because if I didn't meet any deadlines like in the prior year, I just roll them over into the new year and say, it's still something I want to accomplish. This is still something a goal that I want to meet. So I like the resolutions. Now, here's the thing. I don't think you should judge yourself as a human if you don't meet the resolutions.
Pressure.
Right. I think that's where the negative side is people think if I don't meet these resolutions, there's something wrong with me. And as we all know, life be lifing. Sometimes you can't hit all of those things. But I would never say it's a bad thing to set goals and points for you to achieve, or at least try to achieve. It's better to try to do something than to not do it for fear of failure. So that's me.
Yeah, I knew you were really passionate about the New Year's resolution. I think 1 year you started doing this thing that I really liked, and then I kind of ran with it. And I talked to someone at my time at Bad Robot who was doing the same thing, which is setting a theme for the year. Not necessarily like my New Year's resolution is to like quit drinking and then by February you're drinking again, as much as like my New Year's resolution or my theme for next year is one word, and it's like consistency or
discipline. Any of those things.
Just like,
yeah. And it's never like, I never look at those themes as like, it's like something that I can never like do again. I can always go back and revisit it. It's just the thing I think what I need for myself in that moment that I feel like I may not be. But maybe, I don't want to call it like a weakness, because I know some people take weaknesses as a negative thing. I don't, but something I could strengthen or work on. So,
yeah, I think just with the certain things like that come into my mind. I think learning self-compassion and how to forgive yourself is like a really big part of staying consistent at anything. I think people hear the word consistent sometimes and think, I need to like do this every day. And if I don't, I'm not consistent. And it's like, if you're doing 20 days out of a month, which is 30 days, that's consistent. You don't have to be 30 for 30. Like you just want to be above the average. And it's about when you do fall off, getting back on the horse faster.
And I think to that point, what it really is like, if you know that you were consistent for 15 days and you fell off, the takeaway is, you can be consistent, which means that you can get back on and be consistent. So the next time, okay, I did 15 days. Can I do 16 days? Great. I did 16 days, fell off. Can I do 17 days? And as you go, you slowly, and that's why I don't look at weaknesses as like a negative. I look at it like in strength training, or sports. Like, if you're weak at free throws, you just work on it. Like, that's just what you do. Like, you don't sit there and say, oh, I suck and I'm the worst. You just say, okay, I want to be better at it. So it's a weakness in my game. Let me work on it.
Yeah, I think we all have strengths and weaknesses just in general. And I think a part of being, at least like when you think about self-development, is knowing how to leverage your strengths and weaknesses.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes, especially since most things in life are collaborative, learning how to surround yourself with people who maybe have strengths where you have weaknesses to help you strengthen them or like level it out.
If I could just take that to go on the religious because I'm not a religious person. I'm a faith-based person. I think that's the whole reason of the season. And like, the whole point of Jesus is to simply say, we are here for community. Community is that we're all human. We're not all going to be perfect at everything, which is why where you're weak, somebody else can be strong. Where they're weak, you can be strong, and vice versa. And if we all collaborate in that idea and realize all of us have things we struggle with, all of us have things that we're good at, and let's share that amongst each other, life is great. And that's, the holiday. Hey, I give you this, you give me this, not because I want something from you, but I see that you need something and I love you. So that's my soft-hearted, heartfelt, happy holidays moment.
Yeah, see, look, he's not a grumpy curmudgeon.
Okay, but yeah, no, well, okay, I think you should be doing this the whole year, not for like 2 weeks out of the year.
No. Fuck everybody until the holiday. We get 2 weeks of niceness, and then back to fuck off. I get it. It's okay. All right, so you do personally set some sort of revolution.
Yes, viva la revolution. No, I can't even say it. None of us can speak today.
Resolution, like something you keep in mind. Okay.
Yeah. I already have a theme. I already have a theme for 2026.
So let's do it before we hit the review.
Oh, you want to know my theme?
Why not?
Oh, okay. For me, 2026 is going to be about love and expansion. So a lot of it is like reframing myself and finding the love in everything it is that I do. Because sometimes I think I get so caught up in the business of things, I forget to see the love, and I'm only seeing what I need to do. I don't know if that makes sense. And then expansion is to have more of a hopeful mindset of like growth in everything it is that I do. I think I sometimes silo myself into, well, this thing isn't working, and I stop believing that I have the ability to do a lot of things. And so it's all of that is just to say a lot more hope when I feel like the industry is shrinking and becoming colder, is to fight that with a lot of love and belief that it's not shrinking, it's going to expand somehow.
Yeah, I mean,
I could be delusional. I don't know.
Again, there's a certain amount of what we do that requires functional delusion. It's definitely, people have been doing this for 30, 40, 50 years that they're kind of getting worried about what's happening to the industry. And part of that is just age. Because I think as we get old, it's just a cycle of all this time is like, things are changing. Oh, no. What, like,
we like comfortability.
Mine's self-compassion. I think I have a really tough inner critic, and it does help. I have it sometimes when things get heavy and you can lose touch a little bit. And it's like, I saw your friend Tara, she's doing her first feature.
Yeah. Congratulations.
One of the videos that she's doing on TikTok, the whole journey of doing her first feature is like, you don't have to know everything. And this industry really makes you feel like you need to know everything. And I've been in some of the rooms. Everyone doesn't know everything. And it's something that I wish would stop perpetuating and start maybe shepherding and teaching the next generation, so they don't have to go into the room with this imposter syndrome. And there's this healthy amount of like, we're all figuring it out as we go. We're all just like using our tastes and opinions to guide us. It's just ridiculous. We sometimes internalize that pressure and we're hard on ourselves for like not knowing enough. And it's like, nah, you're good. Everyone's on their own path. It's really easy in this industry to like, when you're growing laterally with your peers, that, someone you were an assistant with 3 years ago might be further than you now. And then like you hit a boom then, and like, it's really easy to just like constantly stack pressure on yourself. So it's like, everyone's on their journey, keep working the next thing. So self-compassion is really big.
I think that's beautiful. It's just funny, as I was listening to you, I was just sitting there thinking, we always make the joke that you and I are like either on the same wavelength, or I think you said earlier, like when we're
just two different Lokis.
Yeah, two in different timeline that happen to just merge together, because that resonates with me with my love and expansion is like having love for the fact that I'm doing the thing it is that I'm doing, even if I don't like where I'm at in the world right now. And what I mean by that is just like, I wish I was like at a higher level, and that's fine. I can achieve that. But to keep the hope that is possible, I think it is kind of like what you're saying, is like to not criticize myself that I'm not where I think I should, put in quotes because there's no should be at this time in my life.
We should highlight more of these stories on TikTok, but people who do come into success later in life, like just in general, like people are on their own timeline for shit. And it's not a guarantee or for success, but take some of the pressure off of ourselves,
Yeah, I had a good mentor where I used to work, Michelle. Michelle called her kid, hey, if you're watching this. But she told me that one time. It's just like, don't put pressure on yourself. Exactly kind of what you were saying. Is like, nobody knows. Like, everyone is trying to figure it out. And so don't put this timeline of when you should have something, because you just don't know. Everyone's on their own journey. Everyone has their own timeline, as the Loki joke goes. And you have no idea of what's coming next. So just keep hope, keep going, keep believing, because anything could happen. Stranger things have happened,
How we close out the year. What are some of your like biggest wins? And you wanna know what? I'm gonna move away from career. Like it could be about career, but it doesn't have to be. So like creative, personal.
It's funny. I don't have it with me, but it's only a few steps away. But I was able to get about 3 boxes of Christmas tree cakes. You also bought me 2 boxes already of the Little Debbie Christmas tree cakes. Yes, this is a plug for Little Debbie. Absolutely love Christmas tree cakes.
Christmas tree cakes. I put a little image here. Christmas tree
cakes. It is a weakness for me. So anyone that ever wants to get anything out of me, just bring me a box of Christmas tree cakes. So yeah. But sorry, what was the question?
Yeah, his biggest win is Little Debbie's Christmas tree cakes. So
my biggest
Christmas tree cakes.
Biggest win. I think taking a leap of faith. I'm a very logical person. I like to have things planned out. I like to have things on a deadline. I'm very structured. And taking the risk to just leave a 9-to-5 in this economy, which is crazy, and we'll see if I'm not homeless in the next couple of months, to pursue what it is I love, I think it's a big win, because I wouldn't normally do something like that. And I got to thank you, because you are a huge inspiration. I don't think if I didn't have you as a business partner, as a friend, as a confidant, that I could have taken that leap of faith. I think I would have been too afraid. So, yeah.
I
Thanks.
think you sell yourself short, but I will take it. You were very creative. And also, it doesn't give yourself credit. He's a brilliant actor as well. Just to let you know, anyone who's watching this, phenomenal. But I'll make mine really quick.
Yeah. Speak. I'm curious.
I've done a lot of stuff I've never done before. Talking to VCs and learning more about that space, and like taking these meetings, and then honestly not getting turned away and getting like general interest. And it's like, oh, okay. Just adding something to the Rolodex that I didn't know the year before. Also, made it into a few rooms with the Swan Song doc that, again, when you're counting the wins, you're like, well, last year I wasn't taking any meetings. Now we've took 15. So it's learning how to count the wins to, again, I think one of our early episodes, we talked about dealing with uncertainty. And I think part of that's learning how to reflect. And when things don't necessarily mean immediate monetary gain, doesn't necessarily mean that's not progress. Because having conversations and meeting the right people and like then passing on a project doesn't mean they might not like the project. They may have had our projects that were too similar, might not have been the right time, they did not slate it. But these people, you never know this actually happened to me, not this year, but in general, just like as a weird lesson. Who's going to remember you? I did a feature film as like a production office assistant in 2018. Flash forward to like maybe like 2021, 2022. I get an email from the production supervisor who was like, hey, do you want to come work this? I hadn't talked to this person in 3-4 years. And they were like, oh, do you want to come work this job? So you just never know when you might come up in someone's mind, or with just learning how to be gracious and take the small wins is like one big win, because we had some wins, and it's learning how to like take those wins and count them. They don't always have to be, we turned $5 million. It's like, you never know what you're positioning yourself for later on. Taking the wins. What's also one thing you learned about yourself this year?
Something I learned about myself this year. Okay, this is going to sound cheesy, but it's kind of personal for me. I'm going to go back to like the leap of faith of leaving my job. Is discovering, I think I was I guess I can use the word. I was loved and respected more than I thought at the company. I'm an introvert, and a lot of times I don't tend to reach out to people on a consistent basis and keep chat with them or whatnot. And the position I was doing kind of pulled me away from being able to interact with a lot of people in the building. I spent a lot of time working remote, and my small team, I knew like, hey, it cared about, but I was in a position before where I was always up and down the building saying hi to people. And as I was walking around the building saying bye to people or whatnot, I learned about myself that I actually have more of an impact on people's lives than I realize. And I think maybe I just take it for granted that people actually like and care about me. I know that sounds weird, but
It does. I think, and I think the gut response sometimes is like, are you minimizing what I just said? In no way am I doing that. I just generally think a lot of people tend to minimize their personal impact on others, and they don't. It's really easy to think like no one cares, and it's just like, but you don't know. Also, I think I helped a friend with a short where it was like we also don't reach out enough on both ends. Them to you, you to them. And I think we could use a little bit more kindness and vulnerability. I'm just like reaching out to say, hey, I think too often now it's like you said, like, oh, I need something instead of just like, what's up? I
Mhm.
kind of reconnected with a friend over the course of this year back from New Jersey when like something made me think of him and I text him. He's like, "Oh, dude, it's so good to hear from you. I thought like you forgot about me." And now we've been texting like all year, but it's really easy to just like life gets
Hmm.
busy and we overlook, and you never know. Again, you never know who's thinking about you either.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
you never know who might leave that company and they might start a company and they might think of you. It's very easy to think of the negative when you can equally think of the positive possibilities. I have someone really close to me who's also sometimes a bit, not that you're a pessimist, but they can be pessimistic. Um, and they're like, well, if I get laid off, like, what if I don't get another job? And what if this turns to this? I'm like, but what if you get a better job? Or what if this turns to this? So I think it's really easy just to think about all the negative, but you don't know what may seem like a curse now may not be like, or could be a boon later. Like you just don't know.
Yeah, I think it's for me, it was just really like you again, I sometimes get so caught up in the things that I'm doing or whatnot that I don't tend to, and because I'm an introvert, I don't tend to connect to people like by checking in on them as much. So I again don't realize I just do the thing that needs to be done, and I try to treat people the way that I would like to be treated, but also
That's okay. It's just really funny.
yeah,
I grew up also hearing that. Just the simple language of like treat people how you want
want to
them.
be treated.
I only laugh because it makes me think of like I once dated a girl who we were in like a huge fight. This is like my relative. We're like in a huge fight. Treat people how you want to be treated. She's like, I've never heard that before. And I was like, it makes sense. I mean, she was great as a person. At the same time, there's certain places where you're like,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
What did you learn about yourself?
This year, I think over the last couple of years, I learned that I'm a little bit more anxious of a person than I thought. But I've never seen myself as an anxious person until I had a kid. Yeah, and it really exposed
Oh,
some anxiety in me that I didn't know I actually had.
interesting.
Yeah, yeah. You would think of things that like saw myself as we've even lived together for a while as a pretty chill.
Hmm.
Uh, I'm a really like eat things off the ground if you fall 5 second rule dirt curmudgeon like but like health stuff, mortality, I thought it would be the super chill dad of like, all right, just climb on it, you'll be fine. But it's actually really anxious watching a kid climb up a structure and
Mm.
you're like, if she falls, that's gonna be a really hard lesson. Like, geez. And like, yeah, I just wasn't prepared for the level of anxiety of parenting. Like, oh, you like the first time you gotta leave your kid at daycare, that's like
Mm.
that's
That was tough.
yeah, you just like, dude, like you know that they don't have the vocabulary that can't speak and tell you if something's fully wrong. So you're like, oh shoot. And you're like,
Mm.
I got no work done the very first day we left their daycare. We were just like, think she's okay. And then like you're leaving them with strangers for the first time. So like you that drop off, they're screaming their heads off. Like you're like, I'm abandoned. I feel like
Yeah.
there will be blood. I've abandoned my girl.
Aw.
So yeah. I mean it's gotten better. I
Yeah.
didn't know that, but there was something I heard recently that I wish more people would know or realize because like I think they understand the words that
Mhm.
are said, but I've been called courageous before or like brave because like yourself, I tend to take leaps of faith and bet on myself. And sometimes that's misconstrued of like, well, I'm fearless. And that's not true. I think you can't be brave without being scared. Like there's no being brave or courageous without fear because that's like doing it anyway.
Yeah.
So a lot of creatives do, shout out to all of you out there, anyone who's like finished a feature film or a short film or put art into the world, like embarrassment is the cost of admission. And you're like bearing your soul because that feedback sometimes hurts. You're doing it anyway. And that doing it anyway is the courageous, is the bravery. It's like if you're like we talked about earlier, working out, but if you're on the heavier side, people like, oh, look at that person.
Or skinnier side, because I used to be a very skinny kid.
But anyone who's out there trying to change themselves is like, and they're doing it publicly, that takes a lot of bravery.
It does. So, pat yourself on the back. Kudos to you. We are proud of you. Even if we don't know you, we are proud of you because we know what it takes. So be proud of yourself.
So yeah, I mean, the running joke of like, man, you made a feature, that's a feat. But it really is.
If I could I'd like to end that with just a quote that I personally like, and it's from Green Lantern because, I'm a nerd, but Hal Jordan says, many people think that I'm fearless, but I'm actually very afraid of chickening out, backing down, of giving up. That fear just blows the rest away. So do it scared.
I like how you have that memorized.
Yeah.
Maybe they should put you in that show. Just manifesting some things, wink, wink.
Yep.
Okay, so with that, just really, as we get closer to wrapping this up, I just really want to end the year strong. What's something that you're leaving behind this year? We're trying to, we're all works in progress.
I've never thought about that. I mean, I guess I should leave the Christmas tree cakes behind.
You should absolutely. Christmas tree cakes.
Okay. It's on a personal note. God, I feel like I'm in a therapy session right now. Is believing that I'm not enough.
Yeah, that's easier said than done.
Yep.
I think there's very like pots calling a kettle black like moments with us a lot. But absolutely, you were not alone. I think a lot of people deal with that. I think a part of what we said about this industry of like not knowing everything helps feed that in our minds that we're not enough because everyone else is pretending like they are and then like they're, but
yeah. What about you?
It's similar, but I think with the going in with the self-compassion and the inner critic, and I won't say I'm leaving it behind, but I'm learning how to quiet it and like the noise and chatter. And I think the meditation and the self-compassion and then being a new parent does help because like you realize that a lot of what I do, I was already like this, but it's even more so. A lot of what I do isn't always for me. I think I carry around a lot of pressure from like lost relatives that, weren't taken naturally that I'm like, well, I need to do something with my life and like learning how to take some of that pressure off myself so I can get back to it and fully enjoying what I do. Because sometimes I feel like when you put too much pressure on it, it like stifles the creativity and it slows down progress. So I just want to leave some of that pressure behind. I'm saying some of it because it's almost impossible to let it all go. I would definitely like the self-compassion is the main focus. Yeah.
Well, I believe in you.
And I think that answers my second one, which was like, what are we taking into the new year, which is that self-compassion. And that's the new theme. And for you, it was the
love and expansion.
Yeah, love and expansion. I don't know. To the listeners, we've asked you a few questions, but going out, we're new to this podcast thing. We went from no video to sods to mini sods to like getting closer to like doing this stuff on TikTok. We were both grudges about social media. We're exposing, we're trying, we're learning. So with that, hit us up. Let us know what made you laugh this year or what inspired you, what touched you as we close out and start prepping to evolve for season 2 or the new year. And just to tease some of the stuff, we might be coming back with season 2. I know we tried out scripts and sips. We're still trying to set segments, but I think we might have some guests coming on for the new year.
Yep, that'd be very cool.
Doing something, we're workshopping called First Shorts, where we kind of like go through people's first shorts. And like, I think one of the themes we already talked about this year is not knowing everything. So revisiting our first works as filmmakers sometimes can inspire us and like, look how far we've come, and reconnecting with the original enjoying when we did this. We're going to start with us, and we're going to like review the first thing we did together, except for child from Molly flying down just to do that for, and then, have more people come on and hopefully share their first shorts and then what they're working on now, just so we can reflect and see the progress and the wins of always evolving, getting better.
I'm excited for that. I think that's going to be fun to reflect and review at the top of the new year.
Yeah. And then, now we're gonna sign off, stay hungry, stay inspired, stay grateful.
Yeah.
This new year, looking forward to it. Like you said, it's always the time to second chances, man. I guess every passing second, minute, hour is like really a chance to get change. But I think January is the big one. It's in everyone's mind of like, okay, this is my chance. And this could be your year.
Yeah. Yeah.
So hit him with the sign, like where to do the thing.
Yes. So to follow us, you can follow us. Well, you can follow us on Instagram, TikTok at OpenQ Productions. Yeah, I don't know why I forgot that. At OpenQ Productions. You can follow me personally on Instagram at Shaka Omari, ShakaOmari. You can follow Charles personally on the Belly app at Good Belly.
Yeah, still coming. Working on some food reviews and actually updating with photos, but I do eat.
Yes. And he's pretty good. He's a foodie, so I trust his opinion. And yeah, I think that's all the places, all the things. Reach out to us. Let us know your thoughts. What are your plans or resolutions for the new year? We'd love to hear them because we might be inspired by them. And we'd love to share as well.
See you next year.
Yeah. Gosh, wow. See you next year, 2026, in the queue.
The Open Queue is an Open Queue production. If you like the show, be sure to follow, rate, and review it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcast app. And tell your friends and fam to do the same. Also, feel free to share a link to someone who you think might really enjoy this conversation. The music you're listening to is called The Christmas Song, sung by Nat King Cole. From all of us at the Open Queue, have a wonderful Merry Christmas and a safe, happy holidays. Until next year, see you in the queue.
Tiny tots